morning. It is Friday, July 21st, and your ASMR with sound noises. Your boy is still COVID positive, so yeah, I'm putting in some mouth noises here. It's going to be a lovely, lovely hour-long session because I got so many notes. I will probably miss half the things that I have notes on. So my suggestion, sign up for the newsletter, dailystockpick.substack.com. Right here, you get to read all the newsletters. I do have a I will do a paid content this weekend. I missed it last weekend because I was working. I will do another one this weekend. You have three options. You have lifetime, which I think is like $250. You have $70 a year, or you have $7 a month. Take your pick, whichever one you want. But there's a couple in there that are here. The top ones, ironically, are paid ones. But the grade 8 and the psychology of being a trader, I like that one. The TrendSpider setup, part 1. And there's some other ones in here that I have as paid, but they're all the top kind of things. But typically the daily ones on the podcast are absolutely 100% free. So free to sign up. Go and do that one. Let's talk about yesterday and the heat map from yesterday. This is see, and I missed it, but I guess I can't get that one back. Let's see. Let me see. If I can. There we go. This is the heat map from yesterday, and I'll publish it. It looks bad to me when my eyes immediately go over to the left, and I look at down. NVIDIA down 3%, Microsoft down 2%, Apple down 1%, Amazon down close to 4%, Google down 2.65%, Meta down 4%, Tesla down 9.75%. Looks bad, but you know what? 7 out of 11 sectors closed green. Look at the big green. Johnson & Johnson up 6%. I told you, get that under 160. You'd be absolutely fine. Merck, way up. AbbVie, healthcare, way up. Look at the banks, way up. Essentially, utilities were up 1.83%. They led. Consumer discretionary down 3.42. That includes Tesla. That includes Amazon. It includes a lot of that stuff. So you can take a look. It was not a great day for me. I was down heavy. We're talking close to 2%, not quite 2%. I think it was like 1.5%. So I did not track against the sectors that were actually working. What I want to take a look at now is one of the sectors that is working, and it's dpst. You guys know dpst is a triple levered regional bank. And with the regional bank crisis, I said, hey, this is one that you want to trade. Now, what's it done? Today, it's down 1.474%. This week, it's up 27.5%. 1 month, it's up 38%. Quit your day job. If you invested in this one big 1 month ago, you're doing really, really well. dpst. We're going to look at this one on the 4-hour algorithm. Then I'm going to look at it on the 65-minute algorithm to see, can we day trade this one? Regional banks. Remember, this one went through a reverse split, a 10-for-1 reverse split. So it kind of jumped from like $5 or $6 up to like $50, $60. So, excuse me. You can take a look at this one real quick. Here is the 4-hour algorithm. It had you in here at 57.65. And we are at 80 right now. Yeah, $80.60. So this buy is going really well. You still have confirmation. You're just crossing the 200-day. You got a gap up here about 112. If the regional banks continue to do as well as they have been doing, maybe this continues back up. The deposits have been going well. Banks have been using the Federal Reserve's bailout program. And things have just not gone horribly. So this was one that I said, hey, you could play this one at 39. If you're in at 39, and you're up at 80, you've doubled your money. I mean, come on, don't get greedy. This one got you out here at 25%, got you out here with a 3% loss. The algorithm, it loses you 68% versus losing 77% over 2 years. So the algorithm does work slightly. Let's look at the 65-minute on this one because that's probably what you should be using to trade this one. And ironically, it got you in at 78.91. This was yesterday at 11:40. Remember, a 65-minute is 7 candles per day. So I think you could trade this. It is extended. The MACD is way up here on the 65 minutes at 3.9. The RSI is at 77. I'm sorry. It's at 69. So you're overbought. You're overbought. There's not a hell of a lot of volume shelf up here, but could you buy it? I think so. Here, we'll look at weekly on this one because I do think as the regional banks continue to come back, this one will come back to a regular, probably 100. Remember we talked about that on the 4 hour, 112. I think that's probably where you're getting to. Do you care to hold on to it and bite the bullet? Put some lunch money into it. Remember we talked about Schwab being the one that was a long-term play, and you absolutely should buy in the 40s. That one is, 867 now? We talked about it down here at 48. Absolutely get some money into this one because of its $100 billion valuation, the bank is only $2 billion. 2% wasn't going to make this one fall. So another one that was crazy good, and I'm going to close that down, is Boyle. Look at Boyle over 1 month, up 10%. 5 days, 15%. Are you in Boyle? Because Boyle is one that hit down. You got to be willing to play these sectors as they come down. This is on the 4 hour right now. It got you in at 61. You're at 65. So is 61 crazy to get in it? Nah. 65 crazy to get in it? I don't think so. It's not even over the 200 day. I think you're going to continue to see natural gas play out big. And we talked about Boyle. If you want to own something that actually owns natural gas stuff, remember Boyle is just traded on the futures, so it's not an actual value asset. LNG, Cheniere Energy, this is a value asset. I said buy it under 150. I still say do not buy this at 157, even though you're probably going to fill this gap at 164. Have patience. You'll be back under 150. Their earnings are coming out August 3rd, August 2nd. Just have some patience. You'll be fine. TSM was down yesterday and it's under 100. They announced that there is weakness. So here's the thing that's going on with chips. With Taiwan Semiconductor, they make all the chips. They announced that they're delaying the Arizona factory because there's not skilled workers here in the U.S. Kind of highlights that the U.S. just doesn't have the skilled factory workers that Taiwan does. How in the world that happens, I have no idea. But Taiwan is sending all of their best people over here to train for this building of their Arizona plant. What they announced yesterday was, hey, AI chips are booming. We can't make them fast enough. But the rest of the chip sectors in laptops, in PCs, in handsets, in servers, those are 80% of what TSM does. It's lagging. So while the 20% of AI stuff is going great, it might even be less than 20%. It's going fantastic. The rest of it, hold on one second. Okay, what do you want? Okay, there you go. Oh, dog's crying. She threw up this morning, so yeah, I'm not pausing it. But TSM, even though AI is booming, the rest of the sectors aren't. So the rest of the sectors are larger. I think this is a long-term play. I would wait for the actual confirmation of this one, but I think you can get into this here at 90. I would probably wait for about 94. If you get 90, hold on one second. Okay, come on. What do you want? There. I love my dogs. I have to keep saying that. I love my dogs. I'd wait for 94. I think if you get 94, you can add into this one. But I'll include more in the newsletter. Remember, I've still got COVID, so even moving wears me out. Sam from Facebook wants me to look at SDGR He says, well, from what I can tell, they are an AR provider of sorts for the pharmaceutical companies. SDGR. Anybody knows Schrodinger's cat? I think that's what it's named after. It's been a monster. If you're in here at 27, kudos to you, because if you're in here at 27, you've almost doubled your money. Pretty much doubled your money. Here's the problem that I saw with Schrodinger, SDGR. Remember I talk about a company with good earnings, good management, good products, and all of that stuff. This is a company with a $3.7 billion market cap, so it's rather small. Income of $14 million. The PE is high at 378, but sometimes you don't care. If it's an AI company in the healthcare services, sometimes you don't care. Year to date, it's up 178%. Here's what I'm worried about. The average target price is 55. When you look at this, it's not super heavily covered, but Piper Sandler came out and said it's $60. Well, you're trading at 53. So where's the real upside? And then you go down here, and here's where I want to talk about the management. The CEO sold 66,000 shares at $18 in January. Well, let's take a look at January's share price. Look, $18. So why did the dude sell at $18 if he thought he had a great company going up there? I don't know. I mean, that would worry me. Again, good companies with good management. He doesn't seem to make really good decisions. So Sam, I don't know much about it, but I'd kind of stay away from it in that A, the analysts are saying, hey, it's worth what it's currently trading for. The PE is high. B, I'd worry about the management, but I don't know anything about that. C, I'm not a healthcare guy. I mean, I'm just not. I'm not a healthcare guy. So Nick from Canada. Hey, mate. No, mate is Australia. I think that's the beer movie. Big hockey fan, by the way. Hello, my friend. We're 6 days out from earnings on Meta, and it was a rough day. What are your thoughts as we approach earnings day? It's an opportunity, or is this a reason for concern? Meta, they're going to print money. Here's the one thing you should know about Meta. Yes, it's run. Yes, it's gone crazy. Oh, come on. For some reason, I think the algorithm's just messing up, but let's take a look at Meta on the 4-hour, and let's see if it runs. Here's Meta. So 240, you had a buy-in. You got this gap from the last earnings. It got you out right before earnings at 14%. You're seeing the crossover. I think today it's up 0.45. I probably am going to add to this. I want to wait till it gets under 300. I think 300 is a key point. Here's what you have to know about Meta. Look at this. I mean, you're still, it's high as 377. This is a weekly. Look at that chart. And these guys don't have a crazy valuation when you go and look at Meta on here. Meta, its current PE is 36, but this is the year of efficiency. All these guys are going to do is print money. The other thing that they will come out is talk about Llama, their large language model, and the AI service bots that they are going to release. That is going to catapult this stock. Look at what just charging $30 a month did for Microsoft. So, Nick, I'm going to get back into this one. I own it through ETFs. I don't own this one outright, but it's probably one of my next buys. And I'll go into the other ones as well. But I like this one. They're printing money because they just the issue that they're going to have, and I think one of the things that might bring them down is Threads. If you've seen Threads or if you use Threads, everybody downloaded Threads because it was something cool. Now nobody's using it. Nobody's using it. So it was supposed to be the Twitter killer. I think they've used it. I think they have to enhance it. And I think if they do enhance it, I think it's a good alternative to Twitter. But I think it's like Mastodon. I think it's like, Truth Social. I think it's a small niche. I think Twitter still owns that short form kind of blogging style social media. I think Facebook is for your soccer moms who want to talk about politics. I think, your Uncle John who screams about the insurrection being just another tourist day in the United States. I think that's who's on Facebook. I think Instagram is for people like me, old people who just want to look at pictures. I think TikTok is probably the up-and-comer. TikTok has basically eaten Facebook's lunch, and TikTok will probably continue to take some market share. But Meta is doing this. I think there were 20 people that created Threads. If that's worth $1 billion and 20 people created it, imagine what they can do with like 40 people. So again, I think Meta basically hired up a bunch of Twitter people. They created a new social media platform, which should add to the bottom line, shouldn't cannibalize things. It should take money away from Twitter. And maybe they could do something, if Snapchat, Facebook is just, they're a copycat. I mean, essentially what they do, they don't innovate anymore. They take the good portions of other social media platforms and integrate them into their own platform. So I like it. I mean, listen, you're here to make money. And if they can attract advertisers that way and put them across their brands, I think that's a good thing. SMCI is the other one that Nick said. Let's see. He said it took a dump. No, it still looks good. I mean, it hasn't taken a huge dump. 319 down to 309. This is one that Supermicro Computers, it was rumored that they had something to do with NVIDIA, and it just took off along with NVIDIA. Year to date, this one's up 278%. So I think Nick's in that one as well. Let's look at my notes. Bradley Freeman on Savvy Trader. He sold the trading desk. And what I want you to note on Bradley's page here is the note. And again, it's free to follow him. Go on Savvy Trader. If you follow me, I'll put a link in the newsletter. But he puts these great notes. Trading desk, struggling to trim shares like I should amid the aggressive multiple expansion, forcing myself to do so. Look at this. $84.67 for a 92% gain. A 92% gain. He's been killing it. And he puts those great notes in. He's not a guy who you're going to, like me, who, hey, look at this stock for me. He puts his portfolio out there, and he's doing really well. So I like his portfolio. I like his explanations. I think you should follow him. I've got him up there. I'll include a link to him. I'll include that trading desk description too. D-Man was screaming to me about Sirius XM. It got caught in a short squeeze. Now it's down 13% today. It was up almost 40% yesterday, 35%. It's a short squeeze. Simple. If you're in that one, I'd like you to take your profits. I think going from 3 up to 6 within a matter of like 10, 15 days, I think you take your profits. I could be wrong. I'm also a guy who probably got out of GameStop when I went from 5 to 15. So take that advice for what it is. I don't have diamond hands. I just don't. So let's talk about Netflix. I bought more shares of Netflix yesterday. This is the 65-minute algorithm chart, and this is what I used. When you see it, you can see right there, it bounced off the 200-day on the 65-minute. Let's go to a live candle of this one so we can see where it's at. It's at 433. I bought it 435. And if we go to this 65-minute algorithm, you can see we are still in on the 4-hour algorithm there. But here's where I saw it. And it opened up down a little bit today at 433. But it's still holding on to that 200-day. If it breaks through this, I think I might sell because I think there might be more downside. But look at that MACD. Look at that RSI. You're down at 33. You're oversold at this point. So I do think that there's an opportunity here. I will hold on to this probably through the weekend. If this on the 65-minute breaks down and goes even lower, I will probably be maybe getting out for a quick loss. But I may just add more too. Because again, remember what Netflix's thing was in the earnings. It was revenue that was a miss. the subs came in way over. They talked about international expansion of actual production because there's a writer's strike and an actor's strike here in the U.S. So they're going to do it internationally. They also talked about their password crackdown, how it's gotten them 6 million more subs. But they said the revenue from that hasn't been realized. It will come in the third and fourth quarter. Think about the kids who are going to school. So they did this password crackdown while the kids are here at home. So if you have kids and they're in college, or they go to boarding school, or they go away, yeah, you're sharing your Netflix password with them. You know, you're not giving them their own password or their own account. Well, what happens when they go to college in September? They're going to have to either pay $6 or get a new account completely. And they took away the $9 account, so it's $15. So yeah, I think it's it's an expensive stock, but these guys are the only streamers that are making money. I bought it for that reason. Yesterday was a record. Dan Ushman from TrendSpider, he's the CEO of TrendSpider. They set a record for the most signups in one day without a promotion. So I had a couple of people sign up. Just remember, if you sign up through the link below, and this was what I got yesterday from TrendSpider. There was a subscriber who said, "Hey, TrendSpider has a better offer than you. I want to sign up through you, but they have a better offer. They're screwing you." Well, I texted TrendSpider, and I kind of knew the answer, but I wanted to make sure, and I got the answer back. Essentially, if you use my link, it will give you the best offer out there. So 25% is the base offer that you'll get. If there's a 50%, you'll get that one. If there's not a 50%, then you'll get the 25%. If there's a 35%, it's going to do that. The code DSP25 gets you 25% off, but it's really clicking on that link that guides you to TrendSpider and gives you the best offer that you can get. So I like that. The customers that came through yesterday got a better offer than 25%. So keep an eye out, but click on the link below. Here's the thing. Don't wait. If you're waiting for a 25%, you don't like the 25%, you're waiting for a 50%, you might be 3-4 months down the road. Maybe we have a 10% pullback, and maybe you would have gotten out if you had TrendSpider. So make sure that you're trading with the right amount. Make sure that you're doing things that are appropriate. Here's DIA. This is a Dow Jones tracking ETF, and look at the breakout. And we talked about Dow Jones. If we go here, DIA, let's do DIA, and we will select QQQ and IWM. Let's do SPY, QQQ, and IWM. So sorry for you people listening, but I'm doing it on the screen, and you can go back and look at it. But here, year to date, take a look at this. So DIA is up 6.4%. SPY is up 18. QQQ up 43. IWM is up 12. That's year to date. Remember, IWM was down. I mean, let's just take a look at 1 month. Look at IWM, up 6%. Just doubled most of the other ones. But if you look at year to date, that QQQ is up 43%. The others are lagging down. So I've talked about this before. IWM was way down. And then over the last month, it's taken off. Now, SPY is right in the middle. DIA is only up 6%. I think the Dow Jones has to come up. And when you look at that neckline, this is that reverse head and shoulders. And so you've gotten a breakout here. I think DIA is a good play. This was from TrendSpider. I like it. I like it a lot. I'll include it in the newsletter. One thing, if you guys don't know what I'm saying, this is TrendSpider University. I'll include the link in the newsletter. It is an unbelievable course, and it's not just platform specific. Here, technical charting 101. You don't need a TrendSpider subscription to understand, candlestick, Heiken Ashi, MACD, RSI, how to look up how traders use volume in the stock market, trend lines and trend zones, relative volume indicator. Look at all this stuff. This is great. CME courses. This is all futures. technical analysis series, technical charting 101. Take a look at this. It's free and it's out there. So I'll include the link. I really like it. Stephanie Link posted a great tweet yesterday, and this is what it says. Investors are starting to put money back into equities. Morgan Stanley CEO, investment banking bottomed 4 to 6 weeks ago. He was right. What real-time companies say versus macro confusion. Remember, banking bottomed 4 to 6 weeks ago. So you're going to start to see banking come back. I think Bank of America is a clear example. I think Morgan Stanley is a clear example. I own Bank of America. I said get it under 30. Should you buy it at 31? Here, let's take a look. 4 hour. We'll look at Bank of America. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, TrendSpider. It doesn't like my 4 hour algorithm on some days because I think it goes to a server that isn't always great. And so I've got to sign into a different server. But here you go. Should you buy at 31? Nah. I don't think you're doing yourself any disservice by buying at 31. Look at that. It's under the 200-day on the weekly. Only other time it got under the 200-day, COVID. You know, you went under it a couple of times in 2022, but it's so far down there. So you did have the death cross there. I think you put in your stuff. I don't think you're coming down here to the 25s to cover that gap. I just don't think that the banking sector gets that weak. I think it's going to come back. John from Facebook wants me to look at Tesla. And sorry, I've talked a lot today, but Tesla, I'm going to buy it if it gets to the 250 mark. 2.5, anything, I'll buy it. It's right now at 261. Chamath Palihapitiya. Here's his, I'm going to post this in the newsletter, a link to this. He does a great explanation. Palihapitiya, I think is how you say it. A fantastic explanation of why he thinks this is the Tesla iPhone moment. Well, I shouldn't say that. He says that the iPhone moment was in 2018. The comparison that he made from Tesla to Apple. He was right. I mean, the stock just, 10 times since 2018. This quarter, he says it's another iPhone moment for Tesla. And he goes through about 4 reasons. One is the high interest rate environment that we're at and the supply chain inflation. He says 2, COGS are flattening. 3, they've struck deals with other partners. And 4, when Apple ran similar playbook global domination, they took down GM about 15 to 20% a few years back. And they kept going until 2020. So the gross margins is what he's focusing on. He says things are fine. I'll post to this. This convinced me to buy. I mean, that's where I'm going in long term on Tesla. I'll let you know. If you follow me on Savvy Trader, you'll know when I get in there. Follow me on Savvy Trader. It's savvytrader.com/daily stock pick. SAVVYTRADER.com/daily stock pick. Follow me there. If you don't know, by the way, if you can't, it's Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. Just look up Linktree and then just put daily stock pick on the back of it. And all of my socials are down here. Facebook, Twitter, everything. The code for TrendSpider. You can click on that link. Visible, get $20 off your phone service. A lot of people have been taking advantage of this Webull. Getting free stocks. I just got like 12 free stocks the other day. I put some money into another account and they gave me more free stocks. Love it. Love it. I mean, yeah, I think a large portion of it was Snapchat and Ford. So I'll hold on to those, small little fractional shares. I like it. I think they actually gave me 2 times. They gave me $100 of Apple stock. So that's up like 40% since I got that. But I like Webull. But again, that's where it is. If you want the newsletter, it's down here. All of my links are down there. Let's go over the scans. XOM is one. We finally have energy, seems to be crossing up. If you didn't notice, UNH, which is one that I own, is up at close to 520, I think it almost hit. But XOM is one that scanned up. Let me just move this over so I can see it with this. Boom. Merck. Again, healthcare. Merck. I think healthcare, if we look at a long term, a weekly. You're just getting down to the 50-day. It's kind of been hugging that 50-day. It was a little bit extended. That 50-day is still moving positive. I think you're fine. Merck is a good company. Venom, Viper, VNOM. Another energy company with a buy-in here. I don't own this one. I own PXD instead. I like PXD a little bit better than Venom. But PXD had a cross up here at 204. You're trading at 213. Let's see. BTU is another energy name. Peabody, 21. It's under the 200-day. I think you probably could go to 24 easily if energy continues to run. In fact, energy, the reason why I'm focusing on energy, one of the sectors, XLE, got a cross up. This one, finally, XLE gets a cross up, tells me that energy, and we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. Energy since probably around July here, June, it looks like. Oh, let me refresh this. Again, my 4-hour algorithm. Sometimes TrendSpider does this, and I don't know why. But I think it's because I share it with so many people. But there you go. XLE, if you bought down here at 79, you're already at 81. Again, you're just over the 200-day. If you take a look, here's what you have to know about energy. I've been complaining that it's not participating because it just hasn't. But look at how high it is on the weekly. I mean, on the weekly, you had that golden cross right here where you were trading in the XLE at 65 and you went up to about, 93, 94. There's a supply crunch coming with oil. So I think that's it. I'll include the rest of the scans in the newsletter. I'm also going to include, I did not include the picture of me in a mask on the train. So I'll include the picture of me in the mask. Some people asked for that one. So I think that's it. I will be back on Monday. Again, if you have any questions, hit me up on one of the socials. The three things that I think you should do. First, open up a Webull account. I can't tell you how much I actually like. Let me see. And Webull, I'm trading $1,000 account. So if you've got $1,000, just put it into Webull. Trade with me on the $1,000 account. You know what my $1,000 account is up to? $1,396. So, 40% this year? Pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of that is Apple. Yeah. So, I own a huge amount of Apple, but I like that. So the link is right here if you want to do it. I think there's another link down here for some reason, but I just haven't cleaned this up. If you want to tip me, if you made some money, gift me. I think the biggest thing you could probably do is subscribe to the newsletter. Pay for the newsletter. I'm going to do some paid content this weekend. I don't know what it's going to be, but I will figure it out. Because you know what? I got time. I'm sitting inside watching the British Open today. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Thanks, you guys. Have a great weekend. I hope you guys feel better than I do.